Hey, Gertie, you hot? Come here, lay down, Gertie.
Do you want? I could put the air on, but I don't know if we'll pick it up.
Nice.
She's all right.
Yeah, she's all right. She's
Cats don't.
playing around, you know?
Cats fucking don't care. Dogs get hot.
Yeah, how do cats not get hot?
I don't know. They're from Egypt.
All cats are from Egypt?
I don't know. Aren't they?
I don't know. Is that right?
Aren't they desert animals? I mean, aren't they in the hieroglyphics? I always thought that the domestic cat or these cats, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know how they evolved, but I always thought that I thought they were desert animals.
I've never seen a cat in the desert. I've seen them in the mountains, like mountain cat. You know,
I'm talking about the little cats. Like domestic cats. Let's see, origin of domestic cats. This is the kind of thing that I could have asked. Origin for domestic cats. Domesticated cats all come from wild cats called Felis sylvestris libica that originated in the Fertile Crescent in the Near East Neolithic period and in ancient Egypt in the Classical period. Boom.
Wow.
I knew.
Oh, smart Marin.
That's right.
You better know.
What do you mean?
You're a cat guy.
I did a joke about Egypt. I think I must have read that somewhere. When I was that joke I did about Monkey, where you're just sitting there looking at him like, what's he thinking about? And I said, probably Egypt.
Oh yeah. I'm doing a bit right now where people always say, I wonder what my dog's thinking. I'm like, you don't want to know.
Yeah?
No, because
it's pretty simple.
What if it's bad? Like, I can't stand this guy. He looks at the internet all day.
Nah. Yeah, maybe. But they're probably just thinking like, is it time to eat? Am I tired? It's time to eat. I'm going to pee.
I had a dream last night that I lost Gertie. It was real. I woke up like, and then Gertie was there, but oh my God.
I'm sorry, buddy. That's horrible.
It was, oh man.
I hate those kind of dreams.
It was spooky.
Panic.
Yeah.
And it seems so real, and you just wake up and you're relieved that it's not, that kind of like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. But it kind of fucked up my day today, though. Like today, I got
it just happened last night.
Yeah, and I just feel like time is going way too fast lately.
Really, I can't get a handle on time.
Wow.
I guess it's going too fast. But since the pandemic, or maybe my brain's starting to fail, I just can't. I don't generally know what day it is. Like if I don't have things to do, I don't know what to hang the time on, and it doesn't feel like it's going too fast, but I just feel like I'm floating. Why, you feel like things are getting away from you?
Yeah.
Like you're getting old?
No, like all I do is work.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's just like, oh yeah, podcast network. Oh yeah, write the jokes. Oh, gotta go here and perform. I think it all started.
How much time do you put into making the little posters and artwork for every fucking thing?
It's fucking everything is. It's an all day thing. I have to do something to grab people in this goddamn world, But yeah. I know what had happened. I decided I'd fly to Cleveland at 5 a.m. to do the one-nighter on Friday night. And then it had a shit layover in Denver.
Oh no!
And then get on that fucking.
Were you up against you were the night early though. Did you get? You flew day up?
Flew day up.
That's nuts.
I got to fly day up because I can't afford an extra hotel night. You know what I'm saying? It's a one-nighter.
I get it, but but they're paying for travel, right?
Well, it's all in deal. One of those.
So, but you must have been freaking out. The layover.
Yeah, so then I get there, and then in an hour I got to be on, and I'm running an hour.
Yeah.
And so I do the hour. Good audience. Really good, man. Great club. Winchester Rock Club. Everything good.
Yeah.
But now I got to fly out at 4:30 in the morning, 5 a.m. to fly home.
Why? Because you left Gertie?
Yeah, yeah. And also, no, just a turnaround. What am I going to do, sit in Cleveland?
Was somebody there watching Gertie, or did you just sort of like, I'll be back to feed you?
Yeah. Hey, Gertie, just hang here for a minute.
You can do that with cats, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You just like put out a massive mixing bowl of food and go, I'll talk to you in a week. Here's a giant water.
I know. You can do that.
I don't do it anymore. I never really quite did it like that. But there were times where I'd go away for 2 days.
Yeah.
And I put the big feeder out when I had the old house and the big water thing.
Yeah.
But then I worry about like, what if the water tips over? What if one of those idiots, But cats, they can live.
Yeah.
You read those stories about these cats, like it was stuck in the ceiling for 3 weeks and it was still alive, and I'm worried about 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So
I got back.
Yeah.
And then
You're all fucked up though. It takes days to recover at your age.
it does. That's what my point is.
Yeah.
It's weird to think about back in the day when you just did coke and you're up all the time, but now it's amazing what happens to you with no sleep, a natural no sleep, not even from from partying.
Yeah, I know. Like it really depends on. I don't know. I've been having trouble. I'm like my brain. I'm fucked up, dude. Angry. I can't sleep past 6.
Yeah.
No matter when I go to bed, I can't. I'm up, and I'm like this morning. Like it was sort of amazing how quickly I was in the clutches of rage.
Yeah.
Over nothing.
Yeah. That was me today. I was just angry today.
But you woke up relieved that you didn't lose your dog.
Right, but I'm wanting to battle eBay, these fucking guys.
Really?
Oh yeah, and then FedEx said they're coming tomorrow. All of a sudden they said they're coming today. I'm not going to be here today.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to fucking miss that package. And then I got
What's in that package?
It was a sponsor thing that I need, you know what I mean, that I need to try and then read the stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's just, but now
is this on the level?
Yeah, but now it's like I got to chase a package.
I know.
And then I got to ship some hoodies. Then it's just
Dude, you're gonna have to get an assistant.
Yeah.
Get an intern for nothing. Tell him that you can do this job and learn from me. Look at what I do. Learn from the wizard, and you can hang out with Gertie. Well, that's your payment.
I don't even want people to
and
be
I'll
at
give
my
you the
house.
fancy soda.
They'll see.
What's your fancy soda?
Yeah, recess.
Yeah, you get 2 recesses a day. You can hang out with Gertie, and I'll show you how to make a cool poster.
Oh, fuck. Dude.
Pick up the package.
I don't know.
What are you trying to figure out, like whether the product's any good?
Well, yeah, they send you stuff and they want you to use it a little bit. You know that one? Describe your experience with the product.
Well, that's not bad. I mean, you can kind of fake that, but you got to make sure, because a lot of these, I mean, Brendan does a lot of this, and we've been doing this a long time. I've been doing this shit since radio, where like a lot of times radio advertisers and podcasts, it might be a fly-by-night operation. There's someone's big idea, man. Yeah. We're going to make these stress balls. And we're going to make 10,000, 100,000 of them for a nickel in China, and then we'll just move them on podcasts.
Yeah.
With no customer service, no nothing. And it's garbage.
Yeah.
You got to be careful you're not slinging garbage. I won't do vitamins. I don't do liquor. Yeah. I don't do, I won't do any tobacco-related shit.
Yeah.
I'll do ice cream. I'll do shirts.
Ice cream.
I'll do some weird financial things that I don't quite understand, but we vet that stuff.
Yeah. I'm doing one for NordVPN right now, where it's basically gives you those private internet surfing IP addresses, so people can't hack you and stuff.
Sure.
Because you're at the airport.
Is this the ad? Because I don't quite understand.
No, it's not the ad, but it is amazing to think about. You know what I mean? Like
that'd be funny an ad. Like I don't quite get this.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to.
But you don't think about that shit. You're at the airport and you go, I just need some fucking Wi-Fi. I got a 3-hour overlay.
Yeah.
And then the dude next to you is just on your machine right now.
I heard about this.
Stealing shit right off your machine.
Yeah, I hear about that stuff.
That shit's real.
Yeah, like I know it's real.
Yeah.
People say it about airplanes too.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got to worry, like you got to look around to see where the one guy is that's just like reading your emails or taking your credit card information.
Yeah.
But like by and large, though, a lot of times I think you're pretty protected with credit cards and shit.
Right.
Credit cards are hip to that shit, man. Like Amex, they're like, hey, we just found a $12,000 charge, not yours, but we know it's not yours. We'll deal with it. I'm like, wow. Okay.
I know. I get the text now. Is this you? Absolutely not. Yeah. See ya.
But you know when they're trying to rip you for to buy. There's always the first one's always like $1.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we got it.
Yeah.
Let's go buy a TV.
Yeah.
And sell that thing and we're done.
Yeah.
I told you about that. Did I tell you about that on this show? The identity theft? That was crazy.
I got that too.
How bad?
Oh, man. When I first moved to L.A., I went to Good Guys to buy a cable. And then a week later, 3 flat screens and some Rolexes somewhere. So this is before.
On the credit card?
Yeah, on the credit card.
So, but that's not your identity.
No, but they stole the identity off the card or something. They did something, but they were rolling around town just jacking me.
Right, that's credit card. The identity thing's scarier.
Right, oh yeah, because then it goes on and on and on.
Because then they get your social security number.
Yeah.
And then they apply for a line of credit.
Right.
And that thing was the fucking and I had to deal with it. Yeah. It's a fucking full-on crime. And the thing is, these banks, they don't give a fuck. No one's you can get a line of credit at a bank in Delaware. Yeah. Just because they offer it at 10.5 APR, whatever. I don't even know what the fuck that is, right? So I get a call one day just from a bank in like Michigan, I think. It's this woman, and she's like, hi, my name is so-and-so. Are you applying for a line of credit at our bank, the dumb little bank in Michigan? I'm like, no. She goes, well, your identity's been stolen, and you might want to get on that. And she didn't say it snarky and condescending, and I'm like, what do I do? She says, well, you got to call the credit rating agencies.
Impossible to get a hold of.
Well, no, it wasn't. Like it all happened fairly quickly.
Wow.
Well, I got hold of Expedia or whatever it is. What are those two things? I never fucking know. There's two, and they're your credit ranking.
Expedia.
Is it Expedia?
No,
or
it's.
Oh, fuck me.
I got them right here because
God damn it.
I keep the shit on my phone all the time now with Credit Karma. They're free, and
it's
boom. I got it right here.
There's 2.
Yeah. There's really 3, but they only run the 2, and the third one is for something else.
Right.
But it's Experian.
Yeah, Experian.
And the other one is TransUnion.
No, it wasn't it.
Well, there's a third one, too. Right.
So Experian. So I call these guys, and I'm like, will you tell me? Because they know, right, when you try to open a line of credit. Right. And so they're like, yeah, it's happening. So some dude tried to open like 3 or 4 lines of credit at these different banks all at once. Okay, so he got my social security number. He manufactured fake documents. That's the thing. How hard is that? You used to have to go into the fucking bank and, with your ID, look a person in the eye. Now this guy's just sending out like, what do you
Kinko's.
Right. Or home.
Yeah.
Just Photoshop.
Yep.
What he had done is he'd created a driver's license with not my address on it. All like just my name, and everything else is false. Some utility bills. For the fake address.
Of course.
So this woman in Michigan did due diligence and realized that the address was bunk, and this guy it just didn't seem right to her. So now it's on me, right? So I call Experian, and then they give me the list of all the lines of credit he opened, and I got to call these fucking banks. All right. And tell them, like, did someone just apply for a line of credit? Mark Maron? Well, it's not real. I'm him, and someone fucked me. And then, like, I called one it was like in D.C. It was like it was somehow like the Veterans Savings Union. It was like crazy. And I said, it's Mark Maron. Did someone open up a line of credit in my name? And they're like, yeah, we were about to give it to him for $20,000. I'm like, don't. Yeah. So I had to fucking cauterize the situation, right? And then in order for the credit agencies to put a watch on your social security number, you got to get a police report. So I went down to the cops in Highland Park, and I said, look, I don't assume that you guys are going to really do anything with this, but this happened, and it's happening now. So I'm filing this report so I can give it to the credit agency so I can get protection. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, well, are you going to get your best detectives on this or what?
Yeah.
You're going to find this motherfucker?
Yeah, we're going to get right on that.
Well, okay. So after I do all that, like none of them go through because that one woman in Michigan did her fucking job.
Right.
And none of them went through. It was all in that 10-day waiting period because they were all going to go through all at once. And apparently what these guys do is they get, however much that would have been, like close to $100,000, and they immediately buy shit.
Yep.
And then they fence it. That's the gimmick. That's the racket.
Yeah.
It's not like, they're not looking for anything long term. They immediately turn the bread into solid goods and then fence it.
Yeah.
So after I did this, and I talked to like another guy in the security of another bank, and I asked him what the deal was. He explained to me how it all worked. Then I called that woman back and I said, "You think you could send me what he sent you? As proof of ID?"
Yeah.
And it was creepy, dude, because she did. And it was just that. It was a driver's license, like a California state driver's license, my name, some weird Eastern European looking dude.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm projecting, but why not let it be that? And this fake address. And I'm like, this is fucking creepy because somehow, when they get these leaks or they hack these credit card companies, they must be my social's clean, man. I mean, it's like high sevens, maybe 8.
Yeah,
like
mine's 781 right now.
So like they know that, and they know that they can just jam with that thing.
Yeah.
But that one woman did her job. I sent her flowers. I was like, you saved me. It was a big pain in the ass. And then I had Experian and the other one watching, and then now I've got a thing I pay, yearly or monthly to watch for any activity on the social.
Wow.
So that's tight. That's solid.
What happened to me was they spent about $75,000.
What?
Yeah.
You had that much credit on that card?
Yeah, it was fucking, the sky was the limit. It was like a big card. It's just like my travel card.
Wow.
So then I call and they go, this is before, now they just wipe it. They go, yeah.
Well, they take the hit. They're insured against it.
Yeah, they see your spending habits and they go, this ain't him. But back then, this is when I first moved to LA. I had to go downtown to court and meet the people face to face.
Who took it?
No, that sold the stuff. And they go, is this the guy? And the guy goes, no. And they go, okay, so then,
they thought you were running a scam?
Yeah, they think I'm part of the dude.
Right.
So then the insurance company the credit card company goes, we'll make you a deal. You just pay $5,000 of it. I'm like, what? And at the time, I got to keep my credit good. So I'm making payments, right? For like a year.
And on that 5G?
Yeah, I got no money. This is when I first moved to LA.
What the fuck? Why would it?
They wouldn't wipe it. So then I go, I can't pay this anymore. I call them up. I go, hey, man, this isn't even me. I can't pay this anymore. I'm not working. I'm a musician. I got burned. And they go, yeah, you got to keep paying or your credit's going to go bad. So I get a bankruptcy lawyer and he goes, nah, we're getting rid of this. And I just claimed bankruptcy on the $2,000 left over and started over because I just couldn't. It was like the interest.
What credit card company was that?
It was like a, MasterCard.
Through something else?
Yeah. It wasn't through.
I don't even know how any of that shit works.
It wasn't through the bank. Now they're like through the banks.
I guess sometimes. But sometimes you get all kinds of, flight points or whatever.
Yeah.
I've got this credit card I use. I don't even know what the points are for.
Yeah.
I've got an old Visa that I barely use, but it's like Sparks or something. I don't even know what the fuck it is or what good those points are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I still have it. I should probably get rid of it. I'm trying to fucking streamline some shit. But Amex is the best about that.
They're the best. That's all I got now.
Yeah.
I just use that and you pay it off each month.
I got scammed on a check thing too once.
Oh, fuck.
Do you know how that works?
They make a check, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, with software that you can get anywhere. It's not even a counterfeiting software. It's meant for people who were, writing their checks.
Yeah, business checks.
Yeah. So, and all they need is your fucking routing number.
That's it.
I don't know how the fuck I didn't get alerted, but like someone got hold of a check of mine.
Yeah.
I think it was in New York. Someone robbed a mailbox.
Which, by the way, they rob my mailbox every 3 weeks in my neighborhood. And the post office says, we can't do anything about it. A disgruntled employee stole the keys, and he has the keys for the whole neighborhood. And I go, well, change the locks. And they go, we don't have the money to change the locks.
Ugh.
What the fuck? So they go, get a post office box.
Post office is in trouble.
Yeah, they are.
But
so someone robbed your mail?
Ask stamps.com if they'll replace the key for the post office.
Yeah.
They just got sold for billions of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, stamps.com. We've been helping you out. I have for years.
Yeah.
Let's fix the boxes.
Yeah.
So anyways, I don't know. So this, I guess, is a testament to me doing well because I don't really check. I wasn't checking my account that much.
Oh, I check it like daily.
This was my personal account too. So I had the business account, but and I have money in there, but I don't need to really check it. I just didn't think to, but they didn't alert me either. But I got taken, by the time I realized it, it was months, over 6 months later that I got hit for $6,000 on several different checks. These people were just, making checks with my routing number and cashing them at check cashing places. And because it had been over 6 months, the banks were like, yeah, you should have told us. And all right. So I just had to take the fucking hit.
Fuck.
But now, I'm a little more on top of it.
You know what I trip on is all the scams in the world. And the one that's going on right now is every couple days you get the call on the phone.
I don't take those calls.
I don't take them either. I just hear that voicemail. But it'll be like, this is Toyota. Your warranty is expiring.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, that's all jive.
I know it's jive.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a warranty.
I know.
But we both have Toyotas.
I know, but
so,
they know what kind of car you got.
Why is that?
They got some DMV scams.
They do?
Oh, yeah.
We don't know. You don't know.
Well,
do you know?
You can find out anything about a person. You just look up their registration online.
Yeah.
Or their, whatever, their name.
Oh, let's not give people any ideas.
I know.
But yeah, man. So, getting back to the point of somebody on the plane, just hijacking your computer. I try to get to a point where I'm like, what can they take that I'm not protected?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What is on my computer that's going to make me, that's going to fuck me?
Right.
And it's limited.
Yeah.
You don't want anyone poking around your private shit, but in the big picture, I guess passwords are kind of something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, man. And,
But they got to find those.
It's just mostly bank shit,
Sure. Yeah. That's true.
That's all I care about.
But banks are pretty on top of that too.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely are like, dude, is this you? This is a little weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is this you?
I mean, it's so.
I just got fucking scammed at Toyota on purpose.
On purpose.
I'm like a fucking pushover. This, it's all adding up, man.
See?
I can't get a good goddamn avocado.
Oh, man.
Do you get worked up about that kind of shit? Tomatoes, I've given up on. There's no good tomatoes in the world.
I hate tomatoes, so I'm good with that.
But the avocado thing, it's they should be good. We're in California.
They used to be
garbage.
Good.
You know how hard it is to find a good avocado? It's a fucking nightmare to the point where I can't do it anymore. I can't put myself through it.
Yeah.
I'm operating at a level of aggravation that I don't like. I don't know if it's because I'm dry, because I need a meeting, because it's too much coffee. But I know I was over at Fish King today, and my number came up, and some kid who's there for the summer, I don't know. He's not one of my guys. He's not one of the real fucking counter dudes. You want to deal with a real counter dude. I've been the kid behind the counter with the old counter dudes at a restaurant working at a deli. I've been that guy, and I've dealt with who I was today because I said, all right, I'll give you a chance, even though one of my guys who I take care of was there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, fine. I want a pound of this. And this kid doesn't know how to pull the fish out of the goddamn tray. He's like, he doesn't know how to cut a pound off. And he cuts a piece off. He puts it on the scale. It's a pound and a half. I'm like, I can't do this with you. I'll wait for that guy.
You told him.
I did.
Wow.
But I felt like a dick, but I'm like, I can't do it. I don't have the patience.
Yeah.
It's the same with show business.
Yeah.
I left my management. I left my agency because
recently?
Well, a couple of years ago.
Right.
And it wasn't even because this chick was bad. She was fine. But it was one of those situations where, look, man, I'm no big star. I don't get much traction. I'm lucky to have the acting work that I have. I'm not out there fucking, pounding the pavement every day going on auditions or whatever. But there comes a point when you're 50 fucking years old and you're at an agency that has you across the board and you're with a junior agent where it's sort of like, how many agents do I have to break in? Why do I got to be the guy they got to try to get something going for?
That
There's
sucks.
a big agent, and I'm like, I want to meet meet the big agent, and he's got Odenkirk and a couple other people. I'm like, I'm going to be competing against his other clients. I can't fucking do this.
Yeah.
And I can't be with her, even though she did a good job for me. I just can't do it. Like, I can't train people anymore. I'm not the guy. I'm not the test driver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even whether it's fish or it's fucking agents.
Yeah.
I want an experienced counter guy who knows how to fucking do the restaurant work, do the deli work, and I need an agent that, at least if I'm getting no's, they took it to the fucking limit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You battle the small people, and I go crazy over the corporations. So
I can't even.
I know. Like, okay.
Because then you just
the Spotify battle is over. It's up on Spotify.
The big battle.
Yeah.
Look, we're in different places, and I understand the principle of it. Dude, I don't know how I got from the guy who started a podcast, and, I was doing, Adam and Eve sex toy ads, and Audible, and Just Coffee, and they were, that was for $400 a month, and coffee. That was their deal.
Right.
And I still get it. That's a lifetime thing. But whatever the case was, I'm like, I don't even feel comfortable doing any ads. This is punk rock, man.
Right.
No ads. But then all of a sudden you're like, got to make a living.
Right.
So figure it out.
I was the same way.
I'm only going to do ads that I'm cool with.
Right.
Of course.
Right.
Well, you can keep doing that. But, the sort of barometer for what those are tends to shift a bit as time goes on. It's like, I don't really know what this is. I'm not sure it's for our audience, but it's not,
I got a mortgage.
Yeah.
So,
but it's just sort of like, we're not advertising genocide or something. It's like, there's some people going to have a problem with this, but who fucking cares?
Yeah. Yep.
And then you just got to realize that some people are going to have a problem with everything, but it doesn't matter. People get it, and if they want to fast forward through the fucking ads, then do it.
Yeah.
It's not like watching, the basic Hulu package where you can't fast forward through the ads, right?
Right.
But the point. What was the point? The corporation thing. Yeah. So with Spotify, I understood your idea and your principle, and the also coming from a musician's background. But I don't. I come from a different place in that as you're the product. Get it out there wherever it's going to get out there.
Right.
You weren't good. We're not set up to make that much money at Spotify anyways.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do to make money at Spotify, so you might as well have it available for the people that want to listen.
I just wanted people to, and I had Stone Gossard on today, so they battled Ticketmaster, Pearl Jam. And I really loved what they did back then because it was like they probably weren't going to win, but they made awareness of what's going on.
Sure. They were also Pearl Jam.
Right. Now I know. I get it.
Yeah.
But I think that if the listeners don't understand why I'm not on Spotify, they keep asking, why aren't you on there? How come you don't buy a home? They think I'm getting the 80 million like everybody else.
Someone on the fucking Instagram comments today goes, when I said I got to go to Fish King, they're like, you buy your own food? I'm like, what the fuck do you think I am?
It's crazy.
But no, I send a guy over there. I have a servant.
Yeah.
Who gets my food for me.
Yeah. So I understand. I'm not gonna make a dent. I got my listeners, and it is what it is. But I just wanted to make people know that, hey, Spotify does not pay me for streams or ads.
And Marin kept bothering me about this. This is on Marin. I didn't compromise my integrity. Marin pushed me to the edge with this one.
Well,
it's not on me, man.
I mean, here's my thought now.
Yeah.
If I can get more people that listen on Spotify and they join the Patreon, I don't give a fuck what Spotify.
There you go. That's what I was saying.
Right.
It's about you.
Right.
You're the product.
Right. But I want them to go over to the Patreon.
Right.
Because some people just go, you're not on Spotify, I don't listen anymore. It's like, well, I'm everywhere but there. But
I know, but people
you can't go from one app to the other.
They get into habits. It's hard to hold people, I think.
I'm battling eBay right now. I'm fucking furious with eBay. I don't even know what that word is.
I want to be. What is it about?
I want to be in a place in my life where I never have to use eBay again.
Well, I want that for you too, but tell me what the problem is.
Okay, here's the deal.
This is going to be great.
I sell stuff with a no return policy.
Right.
Because you have that option on there.
Yeah.
And I know my stuff is no scuff, Dean. It's fucking mint.
Mint.
Yeah, mint.
Mint Dean.
And I know there's a ton of people out there, especially during the pandemic, that were just shopping and making moves and going, fuck, I shouldn't have bought this. They want to return shit.
Right.
So I got an excellent pair of denim, Japanese denim, and I didn't like the slubby look. So I go, I'm going to sell these. They're like
slubby?
Yeah, real slubby denim.
What's slubby?
It's like where it looks like kind of cotton balls. It's, instead of a tight weave, it's a loose weave, and it looks like cotton balls on the pants.
Yeah.
So I didn't really dig it.
Right.
So I put them up for sale, and they're high dollar jeans, but I sell them for like $150.
Yeah.
And I wore them once.
Yeah.
Guy gets them, and he goes, hey, these are worn way more than once. There's a string falling apart in the crotch. It was just a string. You know, like denim comes with loose strings and stuff. I go,
sure.
those are brand new.
Yeah.
Look at them. They're never worn.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I want my money back. I go, well, there's no returns, man. It's brand new. It is. There's not even a mark on the denim.
Yeah.
So he protests to eBay. They always take the fucking side of the buyer.
Yeah.
Always. And he sends them back. They immediately take the money out of my account. Immediately. Boom. Sorry. He didn't like it. So I'm like, fuck, whatever. So I get him back.
Do you got this guy's info?
Yeah, let's get him, man. Let's send someone over to see him.
Let's go on Instagram and find him.
Yeah, I would. That would be great.
Let's troll this motherfucker.
Let's troll this fucker. Yeah. Marin style. So here's the deal. It's been 6 months.
Yeah.
So I sold some stuff. And I got charged insane 20% from eBay on each item I'm selling. And I go, hey, man, it's supposed to be 12%.
Yeah.
What is this? And they go, well, you had a low seller performance, so we're charging you more. It's just a way for them to rob me more. I go, I've been with you since 96. I have 2,000 perfect feedbacks.
Yeah.
They go, feedback doesn't matter. It's this seller performance, and the person complained, and I go, yeah, but you took my money, and he sent them back immediately. So why am I getting penalized?
And he was wrong.
And he was wrong, and you don't even know. And they go, yeah, it's going to be like this for like 6 months. I'm like, what? So now I wouldn't even be making money selling anything. So I go, well, I'm not going to sell anything on there for a while. I get an email this morning, and it says, if you don't call us, we're going to stop your account because we need to take care of this. It's a computer. And I'm like, you took care of it. You took the money, and I got the jeans back, and they're, so now I'm on hold. Before I come over, I said, hey, can we do it at 1:30? I'm on hold an hour. I don't even get a hold of anybody, so I'm still dealing with it.
Holy shit, man! Don't we got no people? We don't got the reach.
I know.
To the email to the eBay executive structure.
I need that.
Someone's got to be out there that can help out.
I know.
Where are they? Up in Silicon Valley?
Oh, well,
what the fuck is eBay?
They're there, but the callers are from like
wherever. Be careful.
Offshore.
Be careful, racist.
No, I'm not
racist. I'm kidding.
Yeah, but they're offshore somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are you looking at?
By efforts. That was the word we were looking for.
I know it was efforts. Yeah.
Ow. Ooh. I was trying this bit.
Yeah. Efforts.
I was trying this bit where I said, like voiceovers are supposed to be for like people like me, ugly dudes.
Right. Like radio face.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Like when we were growing up, Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
We don't know who the fuck those voices were.
You can find out.
But they were great.
Sure.
And kids didn't care.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden celebrities come in, now they've got all the gigs.
Sure.
And I'm thinking like, there's no kids sitting around thinking Brad Pitt's killing it as this log.
As the dog. Yeah, right.
The log.
Yeah. Patton was in wasn't he the mouse in Ratatouille? Was that a mouse? I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
But I always used to, like, there was this guy, this comic who was out of his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, full on. Just like boozer, drugger, just like crazy dude. And I knew him way back when I was doing open mics in Boston. But he sort of became something. Like, and I guess I don't need to, I can say his name. His name's Chris Collins. He's dead.
Oh, okay.
But he became real big in cartoons. And this guy, like, he was always sweaty and he was always like loud. And he used to wear a big black trench coat. And he was just a complete fucking wild man.
What are you just describing Kinnison?
Right. Well, he had sort of but he was much taller and much bigger and much sweatier.
Right.
And it was a black leather overcoat. So I'm describing Dean.
No, I never wore a black leather overcoat.
You just shorten it a little bit. Bicycle coat.
Car coat.
Car coat.
Bicycle coat.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the bicycle leather coat.
My God.
It's very delicate. But he did all these fucking cartoon voices. I'm like, if only the parents knew what kind of fucking monster was filling their kids' heads. Like I kept thinking, like, it's got to connect on some level.
Yeah.
Like all those years of whatever the fuck that guy was up to, just like, and I'm thinking it's like somewhere in the synaptic level, it's entering a poor kid's psyche, the true demon that this guy was. But maybe I'm reading into it and I should just focus on the breath. Focus on the breath.
I didn't.
If you get distracted by thoughts, don't worry. Just come back and focus on the breath.
Well, I got, of course, I sent over the Irish accent last week.
Yeah. And they all laughed at it at the office. Hey, you guys, come here.
Oh, yeah. So I told the agent, I said, look, I've never done an Irish accent.
Yeah.
So if you think this is terrible, don't send it over. And he writes back, yeah, we're going to hold on to this one. Oh, man.
So
I was hoping to get lucky.
Yeah.
Maybe they go like, this is terrible. It'll be great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, I lost the condo. So it's just a shit week for me. Lost the condo, no Irish leprechaun, four-leaf clover gig, and zero sleep and a battle with eBay.
Wow. But you did a good show in Cleveland.
It was good.
Yeah.
It made me think of you.
Picked up some frequent flyer miles.
Nah.
No.
Southwest.
No.
I was thinking of you, though. It's like,
What?
well, I was thinking about, like, I just don't understand how you did all those TV appearances on Letterman and Conan and you had specials and you didn't sell tickets. I'm just trying to figure that out, like, because
those days are over.
Right.
All I've been thinking about lately is just how fucking many times I was embarrassed beyond any kind of like reasonable scale in my life. Like I see, like I'm like, I don't know if it's like because like my brain is open or my heart is open, but I really think about everything I did to get where I am.
Yeah.
The number of embarrassing, and even like before, like somehow or another, like I have this deep fear of embarrassment, and it's weird because as a comic, it's like Harry Shearer said, we do it because we can try to control why people laugh at us. But there's a sense of like, being embarrassed that like traumatizes me more than anything. And over and over again. And all that stuff, dude. Like the reason why I tried to figure it out for years. I was like, is it because I changed my haircut too much? Is it because, I don't have a consistency of clothing? Like, how am I on, but already by the time I started doing Conan's, it was 94, right? So there was plenty of games in town. Those myths about, like you used to do the Carson show and you'd sell out clubs because it was the only thing on television.
Right.
And all of the country was watching it. At any point in time, only a couple million people maybe were watching Conan.
Right.
So, and then like,
and they got to stay up for your set.
That, and then you got the percentage thing, like that thing about like, if you put something out in the world, 0.02 people are going to buy it out of, 100% of, whatever the number is.
Right.
So there's some of that, but there's also just the fact that, I was always me, and even now I'm not filling arenas. I mean, I am a special kind of. I occupy a unique space.
You got great pocket though. I love that pocket.
Yeah, I like it. But
who wants to do arenas? That's fucking.
No, I don't want to do arenas. But
right.
There is something about like why has main and again I don't want it, but you still judge yourself against that.
Of course.
But like I did them all, and like when I started in the 80s, there was a lot to fill on basic cable, and it was, but it's still none of it. I mean, dude, I did things like one of the most embarrassing things that I did because when you have big management. And also I never had, and this is like I want to talk to you about, but there's no way to really talk about it. It's like, who the fuck was I, dude?
Right.
Like people knew I was angry and they knew I was intelligent, but like I didn't, it all seemed a bit not menacing, but just ungrounded, which is what it was. Like I was always flying by the seat of my pants. I was angry. I didn't really commit to the idea of being an entertainer or having an act. I just knew that I had something to say, and I just said it. And but people who were smarter, who maybe had one good parent or a certain amount of discipline around the craft, were sort of like, I'm this guy and this is how I think, and this, and they did all right. A lot of the guys I started out with became writers. I mean, a lot of them.
Right.
Like, I started, working in '88, but come '89. I mean, there were shows that needed to be refilled, dude. Evening at the Improv. I mean, they were on every week for a million years, on A&E.
So they needed guys.
Yeah, they'd shoot down at there was an Improv in Santa Monica, a huge
I remember that one. Yeah.
And you just fly in and do it, and people didn't give a fuck. They'd run these celebrity hosts through, and they were just filling up content. MTV had a different stand-up show every.
That was the one you did, right?
I did several. There were several. There was the MTV Half Hour, then there was the MTV This or That or whatever the fuck it was. There was probably 3 or 4. There was one with a floating head hosting it, and then there was the MTV Half Hour was another thing that was a sort of a bigger one, but it didn't matter. Then I was on Comedy Central for a year, dude. I was on Comedy Central in the '90s, hosting short attention span theater for a year. Wow. But they weren't letting me do stand up at first. Like they just wanted to host. It was a VJ job, but I was in no position. I was out in San Francisco. I wasn't getting no work. I was furious about life. I was this aggravated person. And then I get offered this job and I'm like, fuck. There was no way on paper I could justify not taking it because I'd get health insurance. I'd get in the fucking union and I'd be making like, whatever it was, $100K a year to do this job. And I thought, well, I could make it my own. And I get there, dude, and they've got this writer, and I'm throwing to these clips. It would just be promotional materials, kind of, taken out of context and mashed into themes, so it looked like we were deciding to do certain shows. Like today, we're talking about the color green, whatever the fuck it was. But it was like box, it was like we'd get box sets of Carson and stuff, and we'd just kind of work around it and whatever. But they had this writer there. God, I feel bad for this guy. Probably owe this guy an apology. But he was just writing these horrible lead-ins, these throws to videos. And I'm like, you hired a comic. Why? What's the point? If I'm going to say things like, next up, we have a pithy python pear. Like, fuck this. And I'm like, within 4 episodes, I'm like, I'm done with this fucking dude. Get me a real fucking writer. I want this guy out. Because, like, I felt I was embarrassing.
Right.
I thought it was like a comic that had a little, edge. And then they brought in John Groff, who had never written before for a show. And I gave him his first writing job. I started with that guy. And we were doing desk pieces. We were doing monologue. Like Todd Barry wrote for me a little bit. No one was watching the show, really. Right. I don't think. But, Groff went on to be the head writer of Conan. Wow. And now he's a showrunner, Blackish. Like, he's like...
Wow.
And I started with him. I remember him when I was in college doing open mics in Boston. Yeah. So the point of all that being that, I did all those shows, but you start to look at it as like, well, I started to look at it as this is part of our job. You know how to do a stand-up set on television, and I wanted to do panel on Conan, and he let me, so that was the relationship. So I just looked at it as like it wasn't a fortune, but it was a paycheck, and it was exposure, and it was something I needed to know how to do. It's like crowd work. It's like reading prompter. That was how I rationalized the short attention span theater. Some people can read prompter, some can't. I did all right with it. And it was a skill I got. So I was amassing skills, but I was furious.
Yeah.
It's the most unhappy guy with a job you can imagine.
It is funny because a lot of people are like, oh, it's like, you're so positive, Dean, but I just erupt on my own. You know what I mean?
I'm worried about you. You can't turn it inward. That's what people say. Anger turned inward is depression. Well, anger turned outward is a problem. Oh. It becomes a social problem. It becomes So you might as well be a sad sack as opposed to a guy everyone goes like, that asshole. It's better they're going like, he seems a little out of it, a little depressed, as opposed to like, that fucker. He called me I want to be that guy. I was that guy. That's how I avoided depression, by destroying my career at every turn with my mouth.
Yeah, it's, it is, like I said, it is what it is. I just wanted to ask you that because it's just crazy how you just look at some things and they ignite and other things take a long time, you know?
Who the fuck knows? And also, like, it's no meritocracy. It doesn't matter how much work you put in necessarily.
Yeah.
You ultimately, the only thing I can say is that, like, the embarrassing thing I was going to tell you about, I mean, like, when I had one of the most powerful managers in show business.
Yeah.
But the thing is that when people would look at me and they decide what I was. Oh, he's the edgy guy. He's this guy. I didn't have a plan. I was just being me. And they tried to fit me into boxes. And, and I kind of wanted to work. And they thought I was a character. I was never a character. You're better off being a character of yourself.
Oh, my God.
You know?
Yeah.
But I took a gig, like I did these segments for VH1 where, there was that one where, I would just I would do like segments like, setting up a Tony Braxton album.
Wow.
And
Wow.
the way the management would always push it was sort of like it was good experience, and they'll know who you are. And looking back on it, I'm like, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
But it was money too, and it all adds up in a way towards whatever your union dues or whatever. But then I took that hosting that game show for the new VH1 when Zach was hosting that weird ass talk show, and it was me and Zach that were going to rebrand that fucking network, and I was hosting the American version of this game, never mind the Buzzcocks, and I was in hell. I was like, I'm like, this is not. I'm a comic, and this, and I always thought like this is what we do. You got to try to get out there, or whatever. But it doesn't matter, And there was only like four episodes of it aired, and you can't find them. Never mind, and it was terrible. I was so fucking stressed out about having to host a fucking game show that wasn't even a money show. It was an improv game show, and it was like me and there were some regulars on there. I feel like Kreischer was. Am I thinking about that?
Wow, he was on there?
Well, I think he might have been a guest. Like, there were two regular people on the panel, Daphne something, and who was that other guy's name? Oh God, I'm so bad. And then you'd have guests like Coolio and Sebastian Bach, and and I think Kreischer was one of them, like because he got all excited because we had the guy from Loverboy on.
Mike Reno.
Yeah, they were doing the post, the cover, the album cover.
Yeah.
He was doing something with his hand.
Yeah.
But but I was so stressed about doing it that I made myself sick, and I had the worst fucking diarrhea, and I lost it was like, and it was terrible, man. I was so sick the week of taping, and I think it was all psychosomatic. And I still have some of the suits that I got from that show. I take all the wardrobe, dude. That's the other thing, man. I'm still wearing shirts from Marin, dude.
I know, you told me.
It's all my shirts.
Classic.
It's almost all my shirts.
You're wearing an Izod shirt today.
Someone sent it to me.
It's hilarious.
I like the Izods.
I pulled up and it was like, you're on the patio
wearing
and it's like officially old.
Well, I tried to make Izods cool like a decade ago. Like I bought a bunch of them because I'm like, these are like, if I just wear the right pants, these are cool. They're not. They're just Izods.
It's funny though, because
they're kind of comfortable for the summer.
Well, it's definitely, when we were growing up in the 80s, that was just like nerd at school.
I guess.
Yo, absolutely.
Well, I'm a little older than you, and there was a preppy thing going on.
Right. That's what it was, preppies.
But they're not quite nerds.
No, it was preppy.
I mean, nerd was different. Nerds were actually, turned out, they were probably cool.
Yeah.
The preppy thing was the preppy thing.
Yeah, they were
like
just,
that. Docksiders.
Yeah. Topsiders and the convertible VW Cabriolet Rabbit.
Definitely not nerd. It's more aspiring Richie people.
Well, that's 90210 wannabes.
Yeah. It was around. I mean, I had Docksiders at some point.
Yeah.
I didn't really commit to them. Yeah, they were comfortable.
They make your feet stink like hell.
Yeah, they're terrible. They're just like big slabs of leather. And you wear them with no shoes and they get all fucked up. I've been through so much. I've been really going back, not in a nostalgic way, about just like, wow, how all the shit I've been through, and also just all the boots I've been through.
How the boots I've been through.
Like there was a period there, dude, where I was wearing, black cowboy boots and black jeans with a Western belt. And I don't know when that was, but I went through a couple pairs of fucking Tony Lama black cowboy boots.
I rocked them.
Yeah, but like not only did I rock them, I wore them out, and that's got to be a couple of years, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was committed to them, like they were fucking falling apart, and I'm like, I'm not taking them off. Right?
Yeah.
When the fuck was that? I don't know.
Dude, I rocked them. I loved them. I'd be in like Austin, and I'd find the best. I would find the best cowboy boots there were.
Yeah, but there was a time where you could do that.
Yeah.
I've got a pair of cowboy boots up there that I have from I got two from the films, from a pair from Glow. Yeah. I can't wear them. You can't wear them. I'm not going to wear cowboy boots. But there were all these different, But I used to blame myself for my inability to break through. But I really think, and this is what I was getting back around to saying to you, was that all you can do is be ready for your break.
Yeah.
And, we all want the break early, and I got breaks early, and they didn't go anywhere. And it was not all because of executive decisions. Looking back on it, if I'm honest, I am at fault in a lot of ways. I was driven by a certain amount of spite in that, like, fuck it. If that guy can get that, why can't I get that? I want this shot. And it wasn't ambition. It was like fury. I was, always kind of like, felt like I want to do this, but I was also terrified, right? But I think that, it wasn't until fairly recently that I settled into myself. And I don't know why, but if you're not settled into yourself and you get opportunities and they go south, it might be for a lot of reasons, but at some point you got to be like, I couldn't have handled it.
Yeah.
I couldn't have.
Yeah.
Like when I was obsessed with that SNL audition forever, I wasn't ready.
Right.
There was no way. I was terrified. I was fucking high. And I was not, I never, and I've said this before, and I never saw this as some sort of strange clowning profession. Like I was trying to do something. I was trying to figure something out personally that I was born into this life missing some piece that I needed to get. It wasn't like, I'm going to be this guy on stage or I'm going to entertain people. I'm like, I got to get right.
Yeah.
I got to grow into me. I need to own my own fucking body and space. And that was the journey. And, now I'm a lot more professional. But if you get a break and you're not ready, a lot of things can go wrong, but a lot of times it's fucking you, dude.
Well, I am kind of glad. I did a spot at the store last week where they video you. They paid you the video, and you can watch it live stream.
Yeah,
Mint Comedy. And I don't say no to stuff anymore. Before I was like, gonna burn up material. No, but now I'm like,
the guy who can't even release a CD. What do you burn the material?
Well, what I do know, and I start to give this advice to people that ask me now any advice, and it's like, start videoing yourself early on.
Oh, yeah.
And watching what you do. Because a lot of people never look at themselves and then they go shoot their first special or a TV clip or
and
whatever.
What happens?
And you go, oh, what? So
I'm looking at myself on my IG Live and I'm a mouth breather. So when I'm sitting there looking at comments, just diddling on my guitar, I look like I had a stroke. My mouth is hanging open.
I'm a mouth breather too.
It's fucking worse. Every picture of me is like my mouth is open.
Yeah.
I have to.
Well, so my point is, since COVID, right before COVID, actually, I was experimenting with delivering the stuff way slower, less big.
Yeah.
Because I always say I don't like when comics are huge on stage the whole time. I like Chris Rock when he's working out. I like the workout Chris Rock. I think that is fucking the best right there. I like Sebastian Maniscalco working out Sebastian. I like the OR comics vibe. Yeah. And I thought, why am I being giant? And I do know most of it is kind of adrenaline. I get up there, I'm like, fuck it.
But also a little overcompensating.
Right, because of the jokes. So I go, all right, I understand what they're doing. If these jokes deliver and get laughs at this lower speed, they can just flame it up a little bit live and it'll be really huge. So I started going slow in the last few months, and sometimes it's not working, but a lot of times it's starting to work.
Oh, yeah.
And when it works, and when it's not working, I have to stay in it. Like, nope, stay in it. Don't fucking, and I'm really liking it.
Well, yeah, it's one of the liabilities. If you are a guy that can change gears, you're going to want to change gears. Some guys are just like plagued and gifted with the inability to be anything other than the one thing that they do. Right. And it's like, nope, I don't, this is the only speed I do this at.
Right.
With me, I'm like, I can fucking do anything.
Yeah.
I'll do a little crowd work. I can go faster. I can say fuck you. I can dance. Yeah. I can do characters. I don't give a shit. I can do all that. Those are I've been doing this more than half my life now. I've tried it all.
Yeah. But I do enjoy the tension that happens.
Yeah, I know.
When you're going slow.
Sure. Yeah, the only time that gets a little dicey is when you can't relieve it.
Oh, yeah, and also you got to figure out the speed when you're doing an hour. When I'm doing 15, you can go slow and it's fine. When you're doing an hour, you can't go slow the whole time. People would be
you
like,
might have to go slow to stretch out that 40 you get.
oh, fuck you. You're trying to clown on me now. I see how you are. You're trying to clown me. Oh, all right.
No, just one beer. One shot. One shot.
Hey, dude. I mean, I'm out there. I got to run an hour right now
I know.
to make money.
Yeah.
And so, I'm really excited about the 30 I got.
Yeah.
35.
Sure.
I fucking love it.
It's good.
And
anytime you have a new fucking 5,
God.
it just sparks up the whole hour.
I'm really into that.
Well, it's so funny. That's what you tell people when people ask me, what they should do with stand up. I go, get out, get out, get as far away, get out before you can't.
Oh. Well, that's what 2 guys told me at the beginning. I was riding home from a gig, and I had a great set, and they're like, hey, dude, you're 44. Just get out now. So later on, you're not like us two.
Yeah, why hurt yourself?
And I was like, hey, fuck these guys. I just smoked them. That was my thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, good for you. Yeah, I mean, but now you see it.
Oh, yeah.
And despite whatever, I mean, I know what this business is. I know what it looks like, and I know all the full spectrum of sadness possible. And when I started that podcast and I was looking down the barrel of that, I was like, yeah. But I don't know what would happen. Because what else was I going to do? Would I be strong enough to be like, I'm not going to be the fucking nobody headliner. I can't do it. After all this, I can't.
Yeah.
But would I have been strong enough if things had not turned out the way I don't know.
Wow. I don't know what would have happened to you. That's what I was thinking about. Like, what if it didn't turn around for you? You were like late in the career. You'd had tons of shots.
But the weird thing is, like, there's shots, but the thing about shots where you haven't sunk the ship.
Yeah.
Is that like they don't remember those?
Yeah.
A deal's different than, like 6 episodes.
Right.
Like if you crap out, like Rhodes, like Tom Rhodes is a good example. They had, and I love the guy.
Yeah, I do too.
And I've known him forever. But he had a show called Mr. Rhodes.
Yeah.
And
his own sitcom.
It didn't work out. Because of him. For whatever reason. That's what they said. I don't know what his story is, but that's hard. That's not the same as like this. We're not going to make a pilot out of your script. You took their $200,000. You went through 9 drafts and they decided not to shoot it. You get another chance.
Yeah.
12 episodes on air, craps out. I don't know. You're going to have to find some love in this town.
It's like a rock band. Back then, you got a deal. And then if it didn't sell, you got dropped and you were fucking poison. No one would go, you know what? I'm going to sign that band.
That's just because you're an investment to these people.
Yep.
I mean, that's the other heartbreak of the business is you start to realize, like, they're not your friends.
Yeah.
I mean, you have good people working for you, but it's a working relationship. It took me forever to realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. Like you think oh man, that was great, man. Hey, let's hang out next week. They're like, no.
Well, Becky used to, that fucking guy. It's just torture. But yeah, we're okay, man.
Yeah.
Because I was trying so hard for so many years and he never cut me loose, It wasn't until he told me that the junior manager was going to take me up, and I was like, no, he's not, because I'm fucking out, dude.
Yeah,
I was with that guy for 20 years, but man, I used to go. He's like, let's have lunch, and I go down to the fucking Beverly Hills. I go up to the office, and we'd go out, and he'd go across the street to Barney's, and start trying shit on. He'd be like, you like these shoes? They were like $5,000. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, what do you think of his jacket? It's like $20,000. Like, okay. Are we going to have lunch? No, man, I haven't got time. But are you good?
Wow.
It was rough.
I had a lot of breakfasts with him at 7 a.m. fighting 2-hour traffic from Los Feliz to Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Worst traffic ever. Then I get there and he go, yeah, these waffles are great. Anyway, all right, man. And I be, what happened? Well, I just drove over here. Like, I thought he was going to be like, here's what I'm going to do for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I like Dave a lot, but I really thought when he signed me that he told me straight up he wasn't going to get me anything. But I thought the ego in him would be like, I'll show you how to fucking break this Del Rey. I'm going to make everybody wrong. You know what I mean?
That's funny. Yeah, you thought he would take time away from making $1 billion with Kevin Hart playing an entire state at one time to prove to the world.
Well, in my mind, there are people out there, and you hear about them.
Yeah.
They're like, no one dug me. And this guy was like, I'll fucking show these guys.
Yeah, I guess.
Because it's a little, look, with a guy that much power, it's this much work. It's like one call and you go, hey, you want these 3 dudes? Oh, yeah, we love Kevin Hart. Oh, by the way, I need my new guy. I need him on JFL.
Hey, dude, he did that for me for years.
Right.
And they still don't have to take him.
Right.
They're like, well, not that guy. You got another guy?
Not that guy. Oh, man, they hated you, huh?
No, it wasn't that.
I know.
It was just like, I don't know what those conversations are really like.
I don't either.
But, yeah, they have a certain amount of power. Yeah. But see, on the other side of that is they still have to continue negotiating. Yeah. And if the people they're trying to get the favor from are like, you got anybody else?
Yeah.
I don't know about that guy.
Right.
And it's like, okay, no problem. Like, he's not going to go to the mat.
Yeah, I know. Well, the good thing is I'm not bitter about it. I don't get bitter.
I was so bitter.
I know. I don't get bitter. I still believe one day, and this podcast is why it gets so excited because people love the chemistry and everything. I'm like, oh, this could be my thing.
Yeah. I just got to talk Marin into going on the road with me.
No.
and doing live Dark Fonzies.
Hey, this could be my thing. Dark Fonzie at fucking Bumper Shoot, dude.
Yeah, come on. Marin will go.
I do love doing this, though, just because I really, and this is the truth, I love the reactions.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty bizarre how not bizarre, it's really nice to see how much people like this.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, when you get honest and you talk about things, even if it's specific, people relate to it and they know you're being real and the struggle is real, even, despite like, whatever it is that we're doing with our lives or however different, wherever we're at is, the truth of the matter is, I'm yelling at a fish guy and and I'm like completely fucking paralyzed right now with self-criticism. Like I'm going through a really difficult time, putting together a new hour and believing that it's worthwhile. And I still do that shit. Yeah. And so, you have your own struggles in terms of, getting the gigs and all this stuff. I mean, this is real. And people relate to it in their own fucking lives. I mean, I don't know why I have to still be this way. I really have to ask myself, like, dude, you're beating the fuck out of yourself every day for dumb shit. And it's like, what is that? And I've always done it in these, like, I was feeling pretty good for a while. Like, when Lynn was alive and I'm working on the special and I was feeling confident with the show. But shit got really dark, after she died. But it's a darkness that I've had before. Like before I knew her, I'm just comparing myself to other people. But what do I really want? I mean, I'm my own thing, but there's some part of me that's just sort of like, I suck, fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. I suck. Thank you. That's very nice of you. But the thing you misunderstand is I suck. Yeah. So go fuck yourself. You're stupid.
You love to lash out, though. I see it.
I don't, but it's just because I got bully in me, and I got.
You got bully in you.
I know, and I got to manage it.
Yeah.
It's like I know that.
Yeah.
And I try to do it the right way. I try to punch up or at least sideways or at least put the anger in a certain place. But so much of it is just this dumb, threatened shit inside of me that never really kind of resolved itself. I mean, I can be proud of myself and I know when I'm doing good work, but things feel a little out of hand. I start focusing on when are the fires coming? Why do I still have to fucking put up with Trump every day? But I'm making these choices to look at this shit.
Yeah.
And then it's just sort of like, how come I can't, I brought the Marantz in. That's a big fucking deal. I brought it home. It's still fucked up, and I got to call George Meyer, and I got to be like, what's going on?
That kind of shit makes me mad.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? It's a fucking 50-year-old piece of equipment. Is there some miracle that they're going to, you put a bunch of new capacitors in it, it's still an old man going I don't know how to think. There's a lot of new things in my brain.
So what happened? It's scratchy?
No, but it's sometimes it's just taking a minute to modulate itself. So I'm going to give it a week because when it's working right, it sounds great. It's definitely a better sound, and it's not But yesterday I turned it on, that same fucking, and I'm like, how is that possible if they replaced every fucking capacitor?
That's the power switch.
Right, but then today it didn't do it. So I'm just gonna all right. So this is a temperamental motherfucker,
right?
And I'm not gonna spend my life driving down to fucking Crenshaw. They had that thing 5 weeks, dude.
Why don't you go to the old man?
Because I don't even know, like, I asked Brian, he doesn't even know what's going on over there at that store.
Oh, God, I love that guy. He fucking...
Tom?
Oh, yeah, he sniffed solder all his life, man. He's fucking a wizard.
Yeah, I know, but these guys really turned this thing inside out, dude.
Oh, well, that guy did, too. I mean, he fucking...
He's the one who gave me this thing, didn't he?
Yeah, I had the bad power switch. And he goes, here's your problem. The power switch is arcing. He goes, I'm going to fucking find you another one. And he went through his stash of old shit. He goes, ha. Here's an NOS power switch.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And, you know, because when I'd press mine, it would go, you know, it would.
But it would stay there or it would go
It would just go for a second as I was pushing it in. It would arc on something. You know?
These guys convinced me. I called them up. I said, I think it's still fucked up. And they're like, nope, we tested it. Like,
oh, no, fuck that. When they say that, I go crazy. It's like when I used to bring my motorcycle to the shop.
But see,
and they go, it's all in your head. I go, oh, really? Yeah, I ride for 35 years. It's all in my head. Huh? Yeah. I'm not a weekend dude.
Yeah. Oh,
I ride.
This is my life, man.
Every day. I born to ride. Live to ride or whatever.
Well, I tend to like, you know, somehow like I let myself get suckered like that because there are a couple things. I don't want to, you know, like unless I get into a flurry of like, I'm going to deal with this, you know, and focus, I don't want to go back down there. That thing's heavy.
I hate that.
You know, and
it's
like,
heavy.
And I'm hoping that it'll level off. But like I was at Toyota the other day, you know, and I'm mad at myself for this. And then this is some of the reasons I beat myself up about. Because I think like no matter how well I'm doing and no matter how good I feel about the work I'm doing and doing the work, even though like there's part of me that thinks like, can I stop? But whatever, is that like it just takes these, like I still think I'm getting fucked somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Like I think I'm getting fucked by avocados. I think we're getting fucked by the, you know, but it's not on purpose. It's just a cosmic thing, right?
I'm getting fucked by Toyota.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just go there, and I go, hey.
This is where I'm going, yeah.
I go, the headlights are fading already.
Right.
There's something in there. You can see it. Look, it burnt on the inside, and they're yellow, and this truck's only barely a year old. And the guy goes, oh, here, call 1-800-TOYOTA.
Yeah.
I go, what? I got a warranty.
Now you're in the rabbit hole.
Yeah, so I call Toyota. I'm on hold for fucking 30. She gets on and goes, I don't know why he told you to call us, but take it back to them and take some pictures. Like, what are you fucking out of your mind? Dude, people have shit to do. I was already there.
Yeah.
So now I got to go to another dealer because I don't want to deal with that fucking guy. You know what I mean?
Well, I went to Glendale.
Yeah. The Van Nuys one's the one, I think.
The one right off the highway?
Yeah, I think that's...
With the weird display with the fake people on the building?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's Lancashire one.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's all these fake people you see from the highway.
Yeah.
But, all right, so I go in there because I want to get the service done there.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, you know, so right off, like, so, okay. So, and I know that my windshield wiper tank is fucked because I tried to fill it up and it all came out. And the light's been on. It's driving me nuts. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's broken. And I just waited to fix it to get the service. And I'm out of free services, right?
Oh, wow.
But I still think, I don't know if I was trained this way. It's sort of like, bring it to Toyota.
Oh, yeah. Get robbed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I bring it for the service, and I needed a tire because I had that flat. And so I didn't want to deal with it. I want to get the right tire. And you do kind of need to go to them to get the one they put on the fucking car.
Right.
Because then it's a big chore. If you go to fucking American Tire Depot.
They got to order it.
And and maybe. We got one like it, or they don't make this anymore. That's only for Toyota.
This is the 3211. It's similar to the 3255. It's not even the same.
So I'm like, I don't even know where the hole on this tire is, but I did find like where it had been plugged once before. I'm like, fuck this tire. So I'm like, just replace the tire. So that's fine.
Yeah.
And then they do the point tune-up. And then they ask me, it's sort of like, you know, this is going to cost you $100 whatever for the tune-up, but like, we'll give you 4 fucking services for $350. And I'm like, okay, fine. Do it. Then it comes to the windshield wiper thing. And this guy's like, I'm on the phone with this dude, and he's pushy. He's like, all right, I got to order this thing. You want me to order it? The tank? And I'm like, it need to be fixed. He's like, it's pricey. And I'm like, what are we talking? He's like, $500.
Wow.
That's with installation. It's underneath it. I'm like, so how much is the thing? He's like, it's $200 whatever for the tank. And then it's going to cost $200 to put it in because you got to get under the car. I'm like, you mean do what you guys do? And I'm like, hold on. So while I'm talking to him, I'm Googling the Avalon tank, and I'm seeing them for like $80 to $125. I'm like, I'm looking at one right now for like $85. He's like, is that with the hoses? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. So like he's bullying me.
Right.
But like I know in my mind, it's like I could order it online, then bring it to my guy, or I could go to the guy. But now I seem to have to learn this lesson. So I'm like, fine, you fix it, tough guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to win that. So now I got to go back there tomorrow. They got it in. They're going to put it in. And it better be correct.
Oh.
Or I'm going to get on my fucking podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give them what was that place?
Efforts?
Oh no! Remember when I got them to come down? AT&T had that tower on top of the building where my office was.
That's right.
And I was relentless.
Yeah.
And they sent like some weird guys down they fucking put a copper mesh on the whole goddamn ceiling of the place because I'm like, I don't know if this is giving me cancer. Yeah. We shouldn't have to deal with this buzz. But I also had fans in the executive structure over there, so I don't know how that worked. I would have liked to have seen the other side of that, but all I know is that at some point a couple of guys came in like, this one pretty high up. You must be important.
Yeah.
We're trying to solve this problem.
I just want to be at your level where people are listening to my podcast and they go, hey, dude, I'm at Toyota. Bring it on over here and I'll change those
We need
headlights.
a guy at eBay.
We need a guy at eBay big time. I'm actually steaming about that.
You can't fuck with these car dealers are going to bust. Yeah. They're going to, but I'm mad at myself for that because I let myself be a mark only because I've got money and I didn't want to deal with it.
Right.
But it's stuck in my craw that I know I'm getting fucking rooked.
Yeah.
I'm getting ripped off, right?
See, that's what happened. That right there is the fucking full circle of the Dean. When you get enough money, you're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
And when I came to you and a few other big comics and was like, Spotify's doing this, it was like, fuck it. Choose your battles.
Right.
And I get it.
Yeah.
And I do choose the battles. But that's what happens, man. It just starts piling on. eBay, Toyota, fucking FedEx guy. And then
I start to rationalize it where I was sort of like, this car's been pretty good. Like, you're going to take a hit with the car at some point.
My car's a year old and the headlights are faded.
That's bad.
It's bad. And
everything's garbage.
Everything's garbage.
That's the next episode.
Dude, everything is garbage.
Let's save it.
All right.
That's Dark Fonzie. What are we at? 5?
This is
5?
6.
Dark Fonzie 7. Everything's garbage.
People would be like, I can't wait. Can't wait for that one.
We're good. We did an hour and 11 and I'm sweating. You
cool.
done?
I'm sweating too. I love you, dude.
Love you too, man.